figure emits. Even a triple-sized troll couldn't make the statue.
But became the tree, and it's not the tree no longer.
I've spotted
The elements
something.
have made it impossible to make out the name upon this grave marker. It is no longer possible to read the name upon this old grave marker. It is no longer possible to read the name upon this old grave marker.
The howling. How can you bear it?
The spirit cocks his head and covers his ears, hoping to muffle screams that only he can hear.
The ancestor tree. The screams came to me on the wind, though I am not sure the devil's breath that perturbs the air here can rightly be called wind. But they've been silenced. Well, yes. I have kept my ears to the ground, ghostly they may be. This is an archive, a library devoted to history and scholarship. There must be a record there of the elf that spawned the corrupted tree. I can't say where its entrance lays. The whispers that speak of the archive are all but drowned by my ancestors' grief. A druid. There are too few of us. Elf-kind finds value in flesh where memory lingers. I collect memories, yes, but I am more keen on bark and leaf. On the living breeze, not the sleeping past.
The spirit of a black-ringed defiler swings her ghostly blade at invisible foes. She turns and shouts to unseen comrades. Her voice is a guttural snarl, ruined by the effects of death fog.
Go, find the druid. We need to find out what he knows. I'll hold these things off.
She turns back and cleaves her sword through the air. It makes contact with something. The echo of a bestial roar catches your ear. The spirit of a man in priestly robes drifts from corpse to corpse, head bowed. He murmurs blessings over each of them.
Merciful Seven, smile upon your fallen servants. Brother Ashwell, Brother Triskel, Sister Revria, usher them forth to the Hall of Echoes.
He notices your presence.
Sorcerer, this island is nothing but death. You should leave.
The spirit utters a sigh. Even after having parted from his body, he retains a heavy heart.
This island was once a place of learning, of healing. Corrupt things have long stalked the fringes of our world. Demons. We sought to help those who fell prey to the foul beasts. One of our number, a doctor, brought an invalid before us. An elven maiden who had become infested with some presence. It was powerful. Too powerful. So we sealed it and the poor elf it inhabited in our deepest vaults. Sometimes incarceration was the best we could muster in such dire cases. But the doctor who found her was determined to make a name for himself. He attempted a cleansing ritual, but he only served to strengthen the demon's grasp over the elf. The demon possessed him. Soon the whole island was overrun with monstrosities and bathed in blood. Our blood. It's a corrupt place now. No good thing has cause to be here. I am well versed in such things. I, my brothers and sisters, studied the wondrous, the arcane, the malignant. Easier to fight evil forces when you understand them. Our world abounds with demons and dark forces. Those who prey on the weak. They are a curse. But we were a scourge upon them.
He casts another rueful look over the mounds of dead.
No more. The archives. Parchment, books, writings about the evil things we uncovered. That knowledge didn't save us in the end. It lies to the east, beneath the earth, if it hasn't already been destroyed. The statues guard the vaults where we kept those who were beyond help. No ritual could cleanse them of the dark forces that infested them, so we sealed them away. We did not use such cruelty lightly. There was no other choice. The statues guard the path. They will grant passage to those who sing from the hymn book, from the archive.
A spectral mass lies before you. Not one or two beings, but parts of several. Slaughtered together, then left to rot without care or ritual. Disparate glimpses of pain and horror drift past you like a fever dream. A limb is rent from its socket, accompanied by a hollow, ghostly scream. A robed woman crawls away desperately, her face a mask of terror. A sage old dwarf holds his own innards in his hands with bloody bemusement.
Brother Jakob,
A ghostly aura rises from the butchered corpses. Half-formed impressions of panic, fear, and pain. No single voice rises from the cacophony, perhaps thankfully. Tangled amongst the mounds of corpses are glimpses of fractured spectral forms, pleading eyes, grasping hands, wailing mouths. A chorus of cries and moans coalesce into a single mournful voice.
You live. We hear your heartbeat. We feel your breath. Come closer. Why have you come here? This island is nothing but pain and blood. We cannot help you with such things. We are beyond it. But you have questions. We can feel them. Ask. We were scholars, priests and priestesses. We sought to study the evils of the world so that we could defeat them. Instead, we were consumed. A dark force erupted from within an innocent whom we had tried to help. It made this island its own and killed all that it found. We are beyond help. There is only pain. The archive. It was where all our records were stored. Details of patients who were treated, as well as notes on the demons and evils that we encountered. The archive bears knowledge of dark powers. Few of us were ever allowed to enter that.
The spirit has resumed his vigil and his roll call of the fallen.
Brother Trent, Sister Agnew, Brother Servissa, forgive their errors and smile upon their triumphs. Hasten them from this foul place to the Hall of Echoes.
You linger.
Mighty Seven, smile upon the fallen.
Such pain!
Brother Imbert, bless your spirit.
Black with a sort of ancient work. Inside is a casting for an ornate handle, flecked with glittering bits of silver.
Nice, I guess. Wonder what makes it useful.
The bitter air warms as you touch her. The blood transfers to your hands. It drips to the ground, running rivulets into the red, sodden earth. But the statue herself is now gleaming and burnished, a thing apart. Striking sight, a sizzling blue totem on a blood-red isle. Even stranger, a shard of polished iron peeks from under the statue's base. There's something hidden beneath this massive sculpture. Looking closer, you notice the statue's clerical garb, so similar to that worn by the ghostly priests bonded to the isle. An unlikely coincidence. Even a triple... over, even a triples.
Seven and all the saints. I ne'er dreamed I'd be grateful to be lying cold on the ground. I'm finally rid of that demon. Finally rid of that bloody voice. Not much more than you've been told, I'm afraid. She made a deal with some mighty dark forces, and now she's looking for a way out. I'm not sure that even my voice knew the terms. It was all very hush. Suspicion is she's promised to give up something powerful, though.
The spirit looks around with wild panic, clawing through its spectral mass with fevered nails.
The demon feeds. The demon feeds from the ring. The demon protects. We must know what the demon protects. The demon has an advocate. The advocate killed. The demon has a secret. We must know the secret.
Seems to burn even a triple side.
Ready to tira.
You might expect the stone, even a triple... Swings her ghostly, she turns and shouts to unseen comrades. Her voice is a guttural snarl.
Go, find the druid. We need to find out what he knows. I'll hold these things off.
She turns back and cleaves her sword through the air. It makes contact. The spirit has resumed his vision.
Brother Trent.
found something. Entire history. Lost and buried.
Something.
The spirit urgently passes a hand across the spines, whispering each tome's title as she comes across it.
No, no, it isn't here. This isn't possible. You, my sister, help me find it. There is little time. This is no time for pranks, my friend. The Doctor's arrogance may end us all. He has released a dark presence upon us. It must never sing the taming. The hymnals must be destroyed. And yet, I see no sign one was ever here. You must help me look.
Her hands fan furiously across the tomes, like a pianist's upon the keys.
You must be feverish. I can't explain why you seem so ignorant, child. I would not be surprised if sickness had spread across the isle. The Doctor was surely ill to risk all that he's built here. Now be silent. Your questions vex me, and I have no time for idle chatter.
She hushes you with an index finger held to your lips and continues her search. The transparent artifact glimmers of its own accord, as if conducting light from another world, another plane of living. As your hand nears it, it shivers and speaks. You listen closely, but while you think you've heard similar utterances in the past, you cannot make sense of its words.
Anan folan rever. Amadio velucio di amederita temorius.
It's a crystal blade, seemingly separated from its hilt. You feel magic flowing through it, but it's vague and undirected. The object repeats its indecipherable twaddle. You can glean no more from it.
The hilt of a blade, I do believe, but clearly no ordinary blade.
I can feel my source powers draining at the merest touch. Tenebrium is truly a material of the void. I can feel my source powers draining at the merest touch. Tenebrium is truly a material of the void. I can feel my source powers draining at the merest touch. Tenebrium is truly a material of the void. I can feel my source powers draining at the merest touch. Tenebrium is truly a material of the void.
The spirit urgently...
No, you, my brother, help me find it. There is little time. This is no time for... And yet...
Her hands fan furiously across the tomes, like a pianist's upon the keys.
You must be feverish, though now be so...
She hushes you. The spirit...
No, you, my brother, help me find it. There is little time. This is no time for pride. A dark presence comes. It must never...
Her hands fan furiously across the tomes, like a pianist's upon the keys.
A malignance more rotten than any I've known, brother. It should have been confined to the vault. I'd have offered myself up for the sacrifice had I known the doctor's intentions. Now be silent.
She hushes... The spirit...
No, you, my brother, help me find it. This is no time to... And yet, I see no sign one was ever here. You must help me look.
Her hands fan furiously across the tomes, like a pianist's upon the keys.
The key, of course. The melody that douses the guardian flames and reveals the vaults. I shudder to think what may happen should their captives be freed. I have presided over this archive for many years. The hymnals were many. How could I not notice their absence? A malignance more wrong. Now be silent.
She hushes you with an... The flaming figure emits no heat, yet your skin seems to sizzle if you draw too near. The flame still burns and the statue still stands. The hymn twines around the effigy like a fine thread. Guardian burning bright with sourceful flame, abide the sacred call, reveal the godsless hall. Winged keeper, song doth bid you break. The priest shall scry the demon's lies, the chains await their captive. From stone to dust, from stone to dust.
Like a child.
This must be one of those vaults.
The spirit of a priest lifts his eyes to yours. When he speaks, he rasps, as if there were dust in his voice.
I watch the gate. Who goes there? I watch the gate. I watch the one who must be watched. I watch the one who should be dead but can only be chained. I watch the gate. You must leave. The gate is locked forever. The lock is broken. The key is thrown away.
From stone to dust, from stone to dust. The lock mechanism seems to be missing. There is no prize with which to open the door. The Great Forge is black. Part of the lock mechanism. presence accosts you. You cannot see it, yet know it is there. It is in front of you, then behind, then finally within. You hear its whispers. I see what's inside you. And then it is gone.
Nothing. There's got to be more to it. Nothing. There's got to be more to it.
I watch the gate. I watch the gate. Who goes? You must leave. The one who must be chained will take your soul. I watch the gate. I watch the gate. I watch the gate. You must leave. The one who must be chained will take your soul. Do know. You must leave. You must not speak to it. You must not speak to the one who must be chained. It will steal your soul. It will steal your very soul. Kill it if you can, but do not let it speak. I beseech you, do not let it speak. The lock will work. The gate will open. I am the key.
A lizard on all fours lies chained in the pit. The raw power you sense within her is barely contained by the spell that binds her.
Do you know who you are, God-woken? Do you know what you seek? Do not leave me here to rot and die. Show me the goodness of your heart, God-woken, and I will share my power. I know you. You are better than this. Show me the goodness of your heart, God-woken, and I will share my power.
The lizard closes her eyes, takes a deep breath, and begins to speak inside your head. Her voice transfixes you in a warm and pleasant way, but soon the treacle in her words begins to nauseate.
I know who you are. I know what you want. I know your good heart. I know you want to set me free.
With a jolt, she is repulsed. When next she speaks, it is through gritted teeth.
I know who you are. I know what you want. You will not get it, for you are nothing. Nothing. Get out! I know the weakness of your heart. I know the weakness of your heart. I know the weakness of your heart. of your heart. I know the weakness of your heart. I know the weakness of your heart. Who you are. I know the weakness of your heart. I know the weakness of your heart. I know who you are. I know the weakness. I know who you are. 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 I know the weak. I know who you are. I know the weak. I know who you are. I know the weakness of your heart. You are nothing. Get out! Who you are, God-woken? Do you know what you want? Do you know your heart's desire? Set me free.
The lizard closes her eyes, takes a deep breath, and begins to speak inside your head. Her voice transfixes you in a warm and pleasant way, but soon the treacle in her words begins to knock.
I know who you are. I know. Come.
The chains snake out towards you. They encircle you in a cold embrace. You wish to step towards her, and at the same time wish to step away, but you cannot move at all.
I know who you are. I know what you want.
The pain as the source is torn from you is both agonizing and sublime, and then it is gone. When she speaks, the honey in her voice is gone. She speaks now as a demon.
Now, you die. Then I shall teach your final lesson.
Yield to none.
watched the gate. But the one who should be dead is dead. I'll watch the gate no more.
From stone to dust, from stone to dust.